Client is locked. Rotate device. I don't know what that means. What? Oh, goodness. I don't even know. So am I sideways? Oh, wait. I think I'm live now. How do I do that? Oh, gosh. This sucks. Okay. So I guess I have to be live like this. I was hoping to do it the other way, but it's not working, and it's 8:31. So welcome, guys. Sorry about that. It's my first time going live, so I don't really know what I'm doing. Hey, I'm so glad you're here. Um, Sorry, I'm out of the screen. If I had it sideways, I wouldn't be out of the screen, but it's my first time going live, so I don't know what I'm doing. But thank you guys for joining. I wanted to have this session so that we could talk about weight loss, keto. A lot of you guys ask me a lot of questions, and I try and answer everything as quickly as I can, but sometimes it's hard to type everything onto the phone. So let me try and read everything. Oh, why did I cheat on sushi? I love sushi. It's my favorite food. Um, I just wanted it so badly, so I decided to cheat. And what's funny is, if I didn't cheat with the sushi, I probably would have lost a little more weight. Ooh, cucumber wraps? Really? You like the cucumber wraps on the sushi? Oh, it's not my favorite. I love the salmon, which is the most fatty, but you know, on keto that's fine. The only problem is when you're doing it with the rice. So that's always my issue. Um, I'm sorry, guys. I don't think I have the flu, but my whole family does, and so I'm pretending that I don't, right? Even though my fever's at over 100. Um, so I am trying my best to get better at this point. I apologize for being behind. I'm putting out the workout for this week. I have an abs workout that I wanted to put out, but I cannot. I haven't been feeling good, and I'm struggling to even get a workout in. So I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna get that out this week, even if I'm like sweating profusely because I have 100-degree fever. So, guys, ask any questions you have. I've got the diet bets coming up soon, and I really want to, I'm really hoping to get folks involved in that one because I think it's really cool. Um, One thing that's happening with the diet bets, because just to kind of let you guys know, when I lost my weight, I lost a lot of it doing things like weight loss challenges. So it was just really cool for me to see a challenge and kind of push myself to lose some weight during that challenge. And then I kind of figured out a transition plan out of the challenge so I wouldn't gain the weight back. So it worked for me really well. And I kind of like diet bets because, wait, do you do any 24-hour fasts or more? So I'll say this, for the diet bets, I really like it just because because you're able to kind of get your money back when you lose the weight. So I think it's the coolest thing in the world. Do I do 24-hour fasts? Yes. I don't do them very often. If I am just feeling sluggish and down and not, I've been eating poorly over and over again for several days, then I will do a 24-hour fast. Usually it's a water fast, and sometimes I'll do the master cleanse. I've done the master cleanse several times, and I used to do it for weight loss, but now I actually try and do it more so for just health and to cleanse your body and to detox. So I'll do that like once a year, and sometimes I'll do it just at a minimum 7 days and up to 15 or 16 days. So I think 16 days is the longest I've ever done it. What do you think of the higher protein, moderate fat that Tammy does? Actually, that's what I do too for keto. I actually do higher protein, moderate fat. I'm not comfortable with eating a ton of fat, and all my fats are healthy. I'm actually going to do a video on how I do keto. I do. I don't do a ton of fat from animal fats. My fats are usually from avocados and oils and things like that. And I know everyone has a different way of doing keto. Some people are just like animal meat. They're just eating tons of pork, tons of beef, and just the fattiest version that they can find, and they're still losing weight. So I mean, the good news is that as long as you keep your carbs low, you're gonna lose weight on keto. It depends. I mean, just people just do the fats differently. So some people will do extremely high fats. I mean, something like 70% of the calories are coming from fat. I just can't do that. I've tried that before and it actually didn't work well for me. I was losing weight, but I felt nauseous all the time. And when I reduced the fat is actually when I felt a little better. So I kind of do a moderate fat version. Um, hey, Jeff. I think that says Jeff, the killer, killer, something like that. Um, so yeah, that's kind of what I do with keto, and it's worked really well for me so far. Sorry, I'm gonna just taste a little bit of this tea because I'm like, I'm kind of down today. I've been doing well, but broken. Oh gosh, I didn't read that fast enough. I think you were saying that you had some pork fried rice. um, Sorry, I'm so sorry, baby doll. I didn't read that fast enough. And it went away from my screen faster than I expected. So I apologize for that. But let me see, 1 protein to fat ratio and felt so much better. 100 grams of fat, 100 grams of protein, 20 net carbs. So you're doing equal fat to protein. That's actually, that makes sense. You know, that actually makes some sense because a lot of folks say not a ton of fat, not a ton of protein. The protein is something like 10%. If you touch the screen, it will come back. Oh, thank you so much, Tammy. I normally do no carbs, veggies of protein. Okay. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. So, but yeah, a lot of folks will do a higher fat than what I would do. And Simon, you're telling me about the Keto Bible? Yeah, and I've noticed that a lot of people, you know, they get their energy from fat, and I know the fats are really good for the body and for a keto, but for me, I've always struggled with eating that much fat at one time. So, oh gosh. This tea is supposed to help my immune system build up, so I'm hoping that that works. So I'll talk more about my weight loss if that's helpful, unless you guys have more questions coming up. Thank you so much. Thanks, Tammy. I'm so sorry. I'm sick too. I don't know. I thought I was going to get past it. Somehow, when the kids all get sick, so do I. And then my husband never gets sick with it. And I'm like, and I tried to pretend that I wasn't sick too, you know, and then my daughter, of course, because she's always the caretaker, she takes the thermometer across my forehead and it reads 100. And I'm like, I know I was feeling dizzy, but now that I see the number, I get that much worse, right? Because now it's real. So, but I'm trying to play off. Like, I feel like if I tell myself I'm not sick, then maybe my body will believe me. So we'll see how that works for us. All right, I'll see you in a second, Tamika. Thank you so much. But let me see. So talking about weight loss, right? So when I think about, oh, 1 second. Do you think of OMAD? What do you think of OMAD? What is OMAD, Mama? Mama Brooks? I don't know what OMAD is. I'm sorry. Is that an acronym for something? Oh, 1 meal a day. Oh, thank you. Okay, so 1 meal a day. You know, here's what's funny with the 1 meal a day. My mom ate 1 meal a day my entire life growing up, right? She always ate 1 meal a day. I didn't realize that was intermittent fasting because I was a kid, and I just knew that mom only ate 1 meal a day. And it always worked for her. What's funny is actually when she stopped eating 1 meal a day and started eating more, she actually picked up a little more weight and had a little less energy. So I'm almost wondering if she should go back to it. I think each person has their own way of doing things. I struggle. I couldn't do 1 meal a day personally because for me, I need to eat. I'm with you, Sima. I would be starving if I had 1 meal a day, I think, especially with as hard as I work out. I mean, I'm burning over 1,000 calories in my workouts every day. So if I was eating 1 meal a day, I think I would just be, I would have no energy, honestly. But that's me. You know, I know that I need to eat a few times a day, actually, you know, because even when I'm doing intermittent fasting, I eat, honestly, 3 times a day. I do I call it breakfast, but it's really just the first meal of the day, right? It's happening at noon, so it's not considered breakfast. But I eat then, and then I eat again in the evening, but I also have a snack in between, almonds or an applesauce if I'm not doing keto, something like that. So So I need to eat more than one meal a day as well. Let me see if I touch it. Darn it. So speaking of intermittent fasting, there's so many different ways of doing intermittent fasting, and everyone has their own way. I find that if I were to eat one meal a day, yeah, I would get cranky too, Tammy, if I had one meal a day. I find that if I were to eat one meal a day, and and it would be too large of a meal, because in my mind I'd be starving and I'd say, okay, I have to eat everything, right? And so my plate would be insanely full. And at that point, I would be holding so much on my body that after that massive meal, I would be tired and sluggish. And I would struggle with getting up and working out in the morning the next day. So one meal a day would be really hard for me. Yeah, Simon, I would think about food all day too. If I was only eating one meal a day, every thought in my mind would be, when is this meal happening? What time am I going to eat? I'd be checking my watch, not just for the calorie burn, but for what time it's going to be time to eat. Do you work out daily? I don't work out every single day. I usually do anywhere between 3 and 5 days a week. I try and get at least 2 rest days in. And when I work out, I do HIIT in the morning, so it's an hour of HIIT, and then I do 30 to 45 minutes of cardio, and then I'll do some strength training about 2 days a week as well. What are the best workouts for you? For me, the best workouts have been HIIT workouts. So that's high intensity interval training. So it's essentially you're doing 5 to 7 exercises, and you're repeating them over and over. You're repeating them 2 to 3 times, right? In supersets for me is usually how I do it. And then there's cardio mixed in between with, it's cardio with a mix of also strength training. So it works really well for me. And yeah, I do that for an hour, 3 to 5 days a week. And then I go and do like the bike, usually the spin bike for about 30 minutes. And I start and then fall out of it. You know what? You mentioned that you like to work out and you want to work out, but you start and then you fall out of it. I've got 4 kids too. I'm right with you. And I just stopped working in July because I was laid off. And I would fall in and out of working out forever. I mean, I can't tell you how long I fell in and out of working out, probably 10 years. I would work out and I'd be going hard for like a month. Do you drink any protein shakes? I do drink protein shakes, but not right after my workouts because I'm usually doing intermittent fasting. But I would do it over and over again, and I'd do it hard for a month working out, and then I would take like 3 months off. I mean, it was terrible. What changed for me was when I made it a habit, and when I changed my mindset to make it a habit. So I said, I am going to do this. First of all, I have to do this for my babies, right? My daughter especially, I didn't want her to become my former self, right? I didn't want her to have the fat shame and all the things that I've gone throughout my life. So I said I have to make working out and exercising a habit for me. So I started going at 5:30 in the morning every morning. And it was a struggle. And I had friends that were coming with me at first, and then they fell off, and so I wanted to fall off because they did. But then I kept looking at her, and I kept thinking, and she was already getting higher and higher on those percentiles things that you get at the doctor's office. And I said, I cannot do that. I can't be this person for her. I can't show her that it's okay to continue to gain weight, and that because there's so many health issues with it, and I just didn't want her to go through that. I didn't have a ton of health issues, but who knows what could have come with her, so I needed to change those things. Do you suggest working out during your fast and anytime that is convenient? I actually do work out during my fast. So, when I'm doing the 16-8 intermittent fasting, meaning that I am fasting for 16 hours a day and then eating, having my meals during the 8 hours a day, I still work out. I don't necessarily change my workout schedule based on my fast. Even when I've done like 24-hour fasts, and I'm going to try, I think, a 48-hour fast here coming up, but even when I do those, I'll still work out during them. Because I was working out when I was doing the Master Cleanse. Also, I spend a minimum of an hour Shoot, I lost it. Sorry, Simon. I thought I had it. um, but yeah, I was working out even during the master cleanse. I'm sorry. Is it Sima or Sima? I don't want to say your name wrong. I apologize because I hate people mess up my name all the time. When do you work out videos for the arms? And I get on the treadmill I think I got it. And I get on the treadmill for 2 miles. I drink my protein shake after. Is that okay, or is it before? Or is it better before? I do my protein shakes after as well. Some folks say that it's better to eat and have nutrients beforehand, but for me, I find that having my meals afterwards works so much better for me, and having my protein afterwards works so much better for me. I find that I burn more fat on an empty stomach than I do if I've eaten before I work out. Plus, I'm more sluggish if I eat before I work out. I like HIIT workouts, but I have a lot of inflammation. Bad plantar fasciitis, oh, me too, in my feet, and carpal and cubital tunnel, I think that's what it says, in my wrists and elbows. There is no modification for push-ups, burpees, or jumping. Oh, I know. I know exactly how you feel. I have plantar fasciitis, and I have arthritis in both my knees. And so it is a real struggle in those situations to work out. And so that's why I try and put the modifications in the HIIT workouts that I do. But you're right, there is no the only modification for push-ups is like on the wall. But honestly, I think the modification for things, shoot, let me get that back. Oh yes. I think the modifications for push-ups and things like that is just gonna have to be like dumbbells, laying against the ball, like leaning against the ball and lifting the dumbbell up, against the stability ball or something like that. Or on a weight bench. Those are the only things that I can think of to modify a push-up, because you're still getting your chest and you're still getting your arms in there. Any tips on starting keto? I've been trying to stay consistent for months, but soon as I mess up, I just give up. It is so easy to give up when we're on our weight loss journey. We give up so many times. We just have to jump back on it. Don't give up. Tips for staying on keto. You know what? Keto Chaos and she's actually on this chat right now, together we did a Q&A on, how to push through it, right? Weight loss secrets. And we're likely going to do some more collaborations, because we enjoyed it and we think it helped folks. But I will say that the tips that I have on staying keto is stick to it for 7 days first. Try 7 days at least, because during those 7 days, a lot of times you'll get past like the keto flu, you'll get past what's the other stuff? You'll get past kind of the additional hunger and the cravings and things like that. Include salt, like Himalayan salt, into your diet. Include apple cider vinegar shots into your diet as well. Those things will actually help you with the hunger, and it'll help you to ensure that your nutrients are being absorbed by your body. And then have bigger meals, so that you're not as hungry, and just avoid, the carbs like the plague if you can. Those are the things that I've always done. Simon Ruby, she wrote, how do you find out about keto? How did you find out about keto? I actually found out about keto from my friend Nadia. She has a lot of keto, or she was doing Ideal Protein, and I didn't want to spend that kind of money, so she sent me a video, and I kind of looked at it, and I started Googling and looking at more information on keto, and I was like, oh, this is just low carbs, and I just kind of did my own. I never did macros or anything. I've never counted macros, really. I look at my carbs, but I don't necessarily track them, if that makes sense. Not for the whole day. I kind of keep it in my head. I've always been able to do that. I'm an engineer by trade, guys. I don't think I've ever told you guys that. So I guess I do kind of track it, but in my head, not necessarily kind of writing it down or watching what each meal has. I'll kind of look and gauge over time and just kind of keep it in my head over time. Also, guys, a lot of Keto Chaos, Tammy, my friend, she gives a lot of good information on her channel about keto as well. So definitely tune in there. She has tons of background. She's lost 140 pounds on keto so far. Do you use any apple cider in your water? I don't do apple cider in my water. You know what I actually do is I take a shot of apple cider vinegar. So I have this, I guess it's not really a shot glass, a little bigger than a shot glass. You probably drink bourbon out of it. And I put probably a shot's worth of apple cider vinegar in there. And I also add curcumin, a couple of drips of cayenne pepper, and some cream of tartar. I know, it sounds weird, right? And I throw some water in there to fill the cup up, and then I just down it. And I do that every night before I go to bed. And it really helps me kind of digest my food. It helps with absorbing nutrients. It helps with any nighttime cravings, all that stuff. How much water do I take in? So you guys will see me constantly drinking water. This is my massive, I mean, it's here. It's always with me. This has 50 ounces. It's a 48-ounce bottle, but I fill it all the way up to the brim. So it's got 50 ounces of water in there. I tell folks, try this. Like, try and get the biggest bottle you can so that you'll drink that all down, and then you'll finish your water every day. I drink about 150 ounces of water every day. I know it's a lot. I'm a water killer. And what's crazy is because I started off drinking that much because I weighed over 300 pounds. And I'm a firm believer of drinking half your body weight in water. And so I drank half my body weight, which was at the time at 300 and nearly 330 pounds. I was drinking 165 ounces of water a day. That's when I started, right? And then slowly I kind of went down to about 150. But yeah, I still drink about 150 ounces of water. I didn't go any lower. I find that if I don't drink the water, I get extra thirsty now. I think my body's adapted, and now it needs more water. But the cool thing is that when I over drink water, like I drink too much water sometimes, especially after a cheat day. Like if I have a bad day, like I've eaten too much or too many, I've had some carbs, you know, sushi, sweet potato fries, just some things that I shouldn't have been having. If I drink excess water, so I'll drink about 200 ounces, 180 to 200 ounces of water that day, I actually usually, everything flushes through my system, and I usually drop the weight back. So it's, you know, that's a good thing, right? Somebody's texting me, I guess. So, no problem. Any other questions? I don't know how long these things are supposed to last. This is my first one, guys. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me through this first Q&A session, because I sound like a bumbling fool because I don't know how to use it. I've done live before, but for some reason, it didn't, like the camera didn't work. Nothing was working for me when I first started. So, how much more are you trying to lose? I am trying to lose another 39 pounds. Sorry, I got really excited when I said 39 pounds because I've never had less than 40 pounds to lose in my life. Like at 8 years old, I weighed 135 pounds. And at that point, I had 60 pounds to lose or something like that. So I've never had less than 40 pounds to lose in my entire life. So like I am ecstatic having just 40 pounds, less than 40, sorry, 39.8 pounds to lose. I'm looking to get to 175. How are we doing diet bets? Oh, diet bets. So getting back to diet bets, thanks for asking that question. So the way it works is I'll put the link in here, and I have the link everywhere. It's in my last video as well. You click on diet bets, and here's how it works. This is the coolest thing in the world. So I used challenges to help me lose weight. I was doing, I had a challenge at my gym, and it was like a 60-day challenge or something like that. And I lost 37 pounds the first challenge. And then I did another one, and I lost 17 pounds. And so it was like those challenges helped to push me, but I didn't gain the weight after the challenge. What I did was I had a transition plan to slowly come off and just maintain, and then have another challenge to drop weight again. So that's kind of what I did over time. And I thought, man, it'd be really cool to have a challenge for my friends here, for my team, and, you know, help them drop the weight. So I'm looking to support you guys during this challenge. So here's how Diet Bets works, right? You pay $30 to join the Diet Bet. And let's say we get, 50 people joining our Diet Bets challenge. All 50 people pay $30. Then you lose 4% of your weight. So that means if you currently weigh 200 pounds, let's say, or let's say you currently weigh 300 pounds, right? Then you have to lose 12 pounds during the month of February. So that means 3 pounds a week, right? That's totally achievable, especially since I'm going to give you guys a meal guide as well as I'll be putting up workouts every week, and we'll be talking through the forum. The cool thing about DietBets is it has its own forum. So if you don't have Facebook, Instagram, and you're not on YouTube every day, you can go to the DietBets forum and ask your questions and talk about what you ate today and all that stuff, and we can do it right there. But anyway, so let's say 50 people join that pot, right? Or 50 people join the DietBets at $30 each. That means the DietBets pot is at $1,500, right? Then after the bet is over, after the month is over, we split everybody who wins, meaning everybody who gets 4% weight loss, gets to split the DietBets amongst everyone who won, right? So I just actually finished the DietBets challenge, and I'm splitting the 4% with everyone else that was in the challenge. This one was a really high stakes one, but for ours, we'll be splitting it, and let's say 25 people win. That means that $1,500 pot gets split between 25 people. That means we'll each get $60 back. So we got paid to lose weight. How cool is that? Can you do a video next on what you eat in a day so I can see what your foods look like on moderate fat? Yes, I'll do what I eat in a day keto. I have a what I eat in a day keto and intermittent fasting together, but I plan on doing 2 more, and I actually already have everything taped. I just have to edit it and get it out here. But I have two more taped. One is what I eat in a day when I first started my weight loss journey, because I've had a lot of questions about that. And then I'll also do a what I eat in a day keto. Oh, I hope I'm not like disturbing everything when I'm touching the screen, sorry. And I can put my macros on there. I'll put my macros on what I eat in a day keto. I'll try and find them. Actually, I can do it. I'll put it in the Lose It app, and then I'll just be able to get my macros from that. So yeah, it's what I have 2 of them taped: what I eat in a day keto and what I eat in a day when I first started my weight loss journey. Tamika, you post pics of you. Oh wait, you post pics of you on the scale and pics with a code word. Oh yeah. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Tammy was. I guess someone had asked, and I must have missed that. How you join the DietBet. So when you click on the link, you pay through PayPal. You pay the $30 through PayPal, and then they're gonna send you an email that says time to weigh in. And so, or you can maybe be able to weigh in right then. Actually, now at this point, because we're a day before the challenge starts, you can weigh in now. So what you'll do is they'll show you a word, because every day has its own word, and each person has their own word. So they'll send you a word like jump or something like that, whatever the word is, and you'll write the word on a piece of paper and put it underneath the scale, and then you'll stand on the scale and take a picture of you on the scale with that word under there. And then you'll need somebody next to you, or I actually set up a timer to do it, to take a full body picture of yourself standing on the scale, and then you just upload those right through your phone and you're in the challenge. Rebecca wrote, it would be good to have the group in a chat of WhatsApp for those that don't have Facebook, Instagram, and all that. Well, that's the thing. On DietBets, that's exactly what you have. On the DietBets app, the group would have a chat. So that's why I thought this would be a cool thing to do, DietBets, as opposed to some of the weight loss challenge that I did before, where folks were on Facebook, some folks were on Instagram, and I was like, I need one area that everyone can talk and folks can have feedback to each other, and those types of things. And DietBets just made so much sense. And also, I couldn't believe you can get paid to lose weight. I was like, are you kidding me? So I can lose weight and I can make money from it? Man, I wish I knew that the whole 100 pounds, because I would have totally done that. Because my weight loss challenges, there were only one winner, the ones that I did at my gym. But this, everyone can be a winner. I'm like, that is the coolest thing in the world. So anyone can win. So I can win by losing my 4%, and then she can win by losing her 4%. So it's not like you're competing against each other. You're competing against one person, you. And on top of that, you're betting on yourself. So you're showing that you believe in yourself. I think it's the coolest thing in the world. Video next. Oh, will I do another video with next steps on the DietBets? The DietBets challenge starts tomorrow, Tamika. So So all you need to do is click the DietBets link, and it's going to be, the link will be is in every video. So if you look at my last video, you'll see the link to DietBets. And I wonder if I don't know if these comments come up in the comments of this Q&A. I'm not sure how that works. If it does, I'll just put the link right to you. Or just comment on one of my other videos right now, and I'll send you the link to the DietBets challenge. And you just click on it, and you can go ahead and join. And what I'll do, oh darn, they do disappear. Okay, so yeah, put a thanks, Tammy. Yeah, so Tamika, if you could put a comment on one of my other videos, and I'll just send you the link to the DietBets challenge. And it's in the description of all my other videos. And then I think you're right. I think it'll be a good idea to go ahead and just kind of put a how-to on there for the DietBets challenge. I got to figure out how to do it. I guess I could just take a video of my phone. I know, I wish I was more tech savvy. Like, I wish I knew how to like show my phone on the camera without like having another camera look at it. But I don't know how to do that. I guess I could Google it. Yeah, I probably could Google it. Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing. So I'll try and Google it and get a video of me joining the challenge so that you guys can see the step by step. And I'll try and get that out tonight if I can. Oh my gosh. So sorry, I'm sitting here drinking tea while I'm talking. All right, I'll see you in the DietBets, Tamika. It's so exciting. So yeah, I'm so excited about it. Remember, the DietBets starts tomorrow, guys. So February 1st is the start of the DietBets. That day is kind of special for me because that was the day that I did my first weight loss challenge last year. It was February 1st. And I'll show you guys. I'm sure you've seen the picture, but you'll see me like standing straight and then to the side and to the back. And that was me at, I think, something like 290 or 295 pounds starting my first weight loss challenge. And I lost 37 pounds. It was a 60-day challenge. It wasn't 30-day. Goodness. It was a 60-day challenge. But, you know, I lost 37 pounds. And it was, I mean, it helped to change things for me. It made me see that I could get below a certain number that I hadn't been in so long. And so it made me feel like I could keep going. And also I started seeing changes. Like, I'm like, oh, my stomach flattened. And oh my gosh, some of the rolls in my back went away. And, you know, just some of those things made me want to keep pushing because I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I'm seeing some major results. And then other things like, I'm not going to talk about all the other things that changed, but my husband was really happy. So many changes. I mean, it was insane. Just the things I could do. My knees were feeling a lot better. My feet were. So, I mean, it's a huge change. Bye, Tammy. Thank you so much for helping answer a lot of those questions for me. And guys, please check out Tammy's page at Keto Chaos. She is awesome, a great person. And again, she lost 140 pounds doing on keto. So any other questions, guys? I don't want to leave you if you guys have any other questions or any that I missed, because I hate when I miss questions. I wish I was a better reader, a faster reader. Oh, awesome, Rebecca, you subscribed to Keto Chaos. So cool. So DietBet is during the month of February. Yes, February 1st, 2018 February 1st through the 28th. Yes, it's the month of February. Yeah, and Rebecca, join our the DietBets challenge. I think you'll enjoy it. Did you answer any about loose skin? Loose skin. I haven't answered questions about loose skin. What questions do you have about loose skin? Do I have it? I do. I've got loose skin. How do you join the DietBets challenge? The link is in the description. Comment on one of my other videos, and I'll send you the link. And I'm trying to put together an actual how-to tonight, but it's fairly simple. It's fairly simple to do the DietBets challenge. All you have to do is, you pay the $30 on PayPal, and then you literally just need a piece of paper where you're going to write a certain word. The app guides you through the process. You write a word, you take a picture of yourself on the scale with a word under it, and then you take a picture of yourself. Someone takes a picture of you standing on the scale, and you're going to be clothed. Because usually we take pictures, or usually we don't take pictures, but usually we're on the scale naked so we can get the best number we want. I'm extremely inspired by you. Oh, thank you. Keep doing what you're doing, and you will help the world. Oh, that is so sweet, Field Boys. Thank you so much. Loose skin. Um, Let me see. Paid Friday. I think you can join on Friday too, Rebecca. I think that we have 7 days after the challenge starts to still join. So, but the app will totally tell you everything that you need to know. It's so easy. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and create a how-to if I can. Um, Tony, I think Tony, Roxanne, do you have an idea about what you will do about the extra skin? So, Tony, my extra skin, I was talking about that, is in my lower stomach, and so I'm gonna see if hopefully I can get it taken off. Like I want to get all the weight down first. I'm gonna get down to 175 before I do that. But yeah, it's just there. I have a little bit, I believe, under my arms, but to me, I don't think it's enough to like go and do a full like skin removal all over the body. And the way loose skin works is not everyone gets it. It honestly is hereditary, I think. If your mom or your dad has lost any weight and has loose skin, or maybe your mom has kind of loose skin from being pregnant, or if you have loose skin from being pregnant, then you'll probably get loose skin from losing weight. But the way I see it is it more important? I mean, isn't it better to lose the weight anyways? Like, I'd rather have all the loose skin in the world and feel healthier and feel better about myself than, be the way that I was with a lot less loose skin. Um, so yeah, I mean, loose skin is an issue for many of us. There's some things that everyone tries to do. I heard that essential oils helps. I've heard that beef collagen helps, and heck, I'm ready to try it all. But in the end, you might have to end up getting, skin removal surgery, or just dealing with it. I know that obese to beast guy, he just deals with it. So, it just depends on how much it affects your body, right? Because, and when we're 100 pounds, 150 pounds overweight, depending on your height at least, you may not have the insane skin to where it's causing rashes and things. I have some, especially under my stomach, but some people don't have that level of it. So I mean, it just depends on how your body reacts to the weight loss. Um, A. Jones writes, when you started keto, did you start at 20 carbs? Um, you may have mentioned it, but I missed it. I'm sorry. Oh, no problem. I did start at around 20 to 30 carbs, actually. I don't think I ever went as low as like 15 to 20 carbs. I think 25 was probably where I started, 25 to 30. And the reason why is because I never stopped working out. Like when I first started keto, my friend was on Ideal Protein, and I was doing my own just keto because I was just like, oh, well, I think I can do this on my own without doing Ideal Protein because that's really expensive, and I don't like to spend money. So I just did my own keto version, but Ideal Protein had told her not to work out because she was going to be eating lots of proteins, and she was going to lean out. But they said, working out didn't work well for Ideal Protein. But I still worked out, and because I worked out, sometimes I did have up to 30 carbs when I first started out. And even now, I'll do like 30 carbs when I'm in keto. Um, Shaniqua writes, what is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting, sorry. Intermittent fasting is when you eat for a certain period of time and then fast for a certain period of time. And it can be, some people do it for days at a time. Like they'll go every 3 days, they'll go do a 24-hour fast. For me, I do it during the day. So I spend 16 hours of the day not eating, so that's fasting, obviously, sorry, and then 8 hours of the day where I have all of my meals. So for me, I go from 8 p.m. till noon pretty much every day. Sometimes I'll do a 7 p.m. to 11 a.m., but same thing, right? Of fasting. So that means that all I'll have is water, and sometimes I'll do keto coffee while I fast. But then from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. is when I'll have all my meals. So, I'll have my 2 meals or 3 meals if I decide to that day during those 8 hours. And what it does, my goodness, I'm having these like burps all of a sudden. Sorry about that. What it does is during that intermittent fasting time, it allows your body to process all of your food. You want to definitely continue drinking water during that time because you don't want to get dehydrated, obviously. But then also, it's just The water helps the body to process that food. You can also put a little lemon in your water, and that'll help it even more. Lemon or lime. I believe lime helps to cleanse the liver a little bit, so it's just going to help your organs and body work properly to process all the food that you've eaten. So intermittent fasting works really well for the body. Hey, babe. Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm live, and they're used to her coming into the video. So, hi, sweeties. I love you. I'll see you later. Good night. Hey, so I'm a mom of 4. So, and she always, yeah, every night after she's gotten her shower, after she's gotten dressed, she always gets up and says, "Oh, I have to give mommy and daddy a kiss," or whichever one of us is upstairs, she has to give the other one a hug and kiss. So she has to come downstairs to make sure she does that again. So that happens. Any other questions, guys? Anything else I can help you with? I think I'm gonna do these lives a little more, hopefully better next time. So this isn't gonna be our only live. Also, remember, just comment on one of my videos, and I'll respond back with the DIETBETS link. And then tonight, I'm going to try and put together a DIETBETS how-to. Hopefully it'll be good. Thanks for explaining. Can you explain what keto is? I'm new to this, okay. And then I've been doing intermittent fasting for 4 days, and I'm already losing weight. Awesome. Brianna, already losing weight after 4 days of intermittent fasting? That is awesome. And I believe it because it's so good for the body. I mean, intermittent fasting really helps you process all your food. We don't take the time to digest our food, you know? And then keto, I'm going to explain that in a second. Tony writes, I saw your video that you have less than 40 pounds to lose. Congrats. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. I can't believe I have less than 40 pounds to lose. And you are going to reach that point in your journey. Join the DIETBETS, Tony. I'm telling you, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. These challenges really helped me. And we're going to support each other in this DIETBETS because we have that one-stop shop, right? That one area in DIETBETS, that one forum that we can all chat back and forth. So keto. Someone had asked, what is keto? Keto is low carb. Keto classically, right, is low carbs, under 20 carbohydrates a day. Moderate protein, and I believe that's around 20% of your intake is protein a day, and then high fats. 70% of the calories that you take in comes from fat each day. And so that is how keto traditionally works. I do keto slightly differently, and I'm gonna do a whole video on this. But the way I do keto is I actually do low carbs. Because I work out so heavy, I actually don't go as low as 20. I actually am around 30 carbs a day. Just because sometimes, because I work out, I tend to have an additional protein shake in there, and so that actually gets me up on the carbs. And then I do higher protein. So my proteins, I would guess, are about 50%, 40 to 50%. And then I do moderate fat. So my fat is probably in the 40% range. That's my guess. I don't fully know because I don't really do macros all the way. But my fats come from coconut oil, well, olives, I do eat olives. Coconut oils, olive oil, things like that. And then avocados. Not as much fat coming from like the turkey that I eat, and I don't eat pork or beef. So, Tony, talking about intermittent fasting, was it a challenge at first? I started last week, and I'm still getting used to it. My trouble is my stop time, which is 8 p.m. I sometimes find myself eating after that. Any suggestions? So, intermittent fasting can be tough at first. Frankly, sometimes I just get in the bed. I can't get in the bed at 8 o'clock, but 8 o'clock is usually the time that we start getting the kids to bed, so that stops me from eating then. And then a good trick is to brush your teeth or have some gum or something like that that's going to take the taste away, so you're not going to want to eat anything after you do it. Another trick is tons of water or tea. You know, that's not water. Tons of water or tea. Like, I drink a lot of tea at night, and that helps curb my appetite. And also the apple cider vinegar. Like I mentioned earlier, I take a shot of apple cider vinegar every night before I go to bed. and that shot of apple cider vinegar actually helps to curb my appetite as well. So those are some of the tips that I use. In the morning, though, to get all the way to 12 p.m. Not eating, a lot of times I'll do coffee. I do the keto coffee still. Some people don't ingest fat during their fasting. I do, which is the keto coffee. But then others just do like black coffee, which is just as good. Rona, and counting carbs. Do you monitor total carbs or net carbs? I've always done total carbs, but I've heard of people losing weight doing net carbs too. When you do net carbs, that means you're going to take in obviously a lot more carbs. And it's honestly, in my opinion, it's probably slightly easier to stick to. So it might be good to start off with the net carbs, right? Because then you can, if you 20 net carbs a day could actually be almost equivalent to something like 40 regular carbs a day, 40 total carbs a day. So it might actually be a good idea to try to start off with net carbs. Tea does not work. Thank you for the tips. I don't drink coffee, so I will have to be tea. Yes. You know what? So I've started trying this whole like the Teamy blend people. I'd heard of them before because somebody used to advertise them, so I tried it before, and I tried like their detox and their colon cleanse, and it actually worked a little bit for me. It helped me to detox. I didn't necessarily lose any weight on it, but it definitely helped me detox. And so they reached out to me, and so I figured I'd try. I've been trying to move away from coffee, and so I got their Alive tea, and I'm sorry, no, I got their Focus tea and their Profit tea, and so I'm drinking this tea called Profit, and it's not the greatest tasting tea, but it tastes like every other, it tastes like a regular kind of black tea, but it's supposed to help your immune system, and it's also supposed to help you to kind of wean off of coffee. It helps you focus. It helps you. It gives you some natural caffeine. So that might be a good option for you too. Oh shoot, my battery's going low. Thank you for doing this live chat. It was so needed. Oh, thank you, Tony. Thank you so much. And I hope I'm saying your name right, because like I said, people get my name wrong all the time, so I hate getting other people's names wrong. So I'll try not to. So yeah, I will. Today, hopefully, I'm gonna ask my husband how to do it. I'm sure he'll know how to do it. Try and get my phone to tape my screens on my phone, so I can, other than just like the obvious or normal kind of screen print or whatever, or what is it? I can't even think of the word. But anyways, I'm gonna try and show the diet, me going through the process of the DIETBETS challenge, so that I'll be able to show you guys the process, and I'll just upload that video late tonight or early tomorrow. So, guys, I'm gonna head out because my my phone battery is at like 10%. So I didn't expect to be on this long. I thought it would be actually shorter, but I think because I didn't really know what I was doing. So let me see. Sounds like Connie, but with a T. Oh, Tani. Thank you, Tani. I am so sorry. Again, and I kept saying Tony. Oh, gosh. Thank you, Tani. Okay. And I should have known that. One of my closest friends' names is Connie, and it's spelled just like that. So I'm embarrassed. Sorry. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining. I'm going to post that video tonight, hopefully. If not, I'm still going to send you guys the links. If you just comment on another of my videos, I'll send you the link to the DIETBETS. And we'll go from there. But I think it'll be really cool to join this bet, especially if we can get paid to lose weight. That is out of control. Even if we don't make any additional money, if we all lose the 4%, how much cooler is that? That all of us lost the 4%. That means that we're really going for it, and we're really supporting each other. So I think that'll be just as cool. So, but I believe that we can all do it. I believe we'll all lose the 4%. So let's do this, guys. I'm going to put the DIETBETS link in here, and we're going to all join the DIETBETS challenge, and we're going to keep going. And I'm going to keep running these challenges too, because I think they're so helpful for us to get healthy together. So I'll see you guys later. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much, guys, for joining. And I'll see you in the comments too. All right. Take care. Bye. I don't even know how to turn this thing off. I guess just X.